There is a game similar to Forsaken that many of you probably already know about, and it's Die of Death. In this video, I tried it for the first time, and I'm going to be going over my favorite parts of the game. This footage doesn't include my very first impression, and I also have seen some videos of it before, so it's not a complete blind reaction, but there were still tons of stuff I discovered that I love about the game. I'm still very new, so let's get into it. How did I get to trying this game? Well, in Forsaken, the game is very survivor-sided, and I was getting a little tired of being the killer against some insane lobbies. Sometimes there's literally nothing you can physically do, especially with Veronica in the game. Some videos I've watched had said that Die of Death can be more killer-sided at times, so with that I wanted to try it out, especially with how unique some of the killers are, which rolls us into our first segment, the killers. There are 5 killers in Die of Death, and they're all just so unique compared to Forsaken's killers, which I really like. In Die of Death, when a killer has a gimmick or playstyle, it goes all in on that idea for the killer, which makes all of them feel special and fun in their own way. Forsaken has this as well, somewhat, but I mean, when you give 3 killers a dash and projectile, it's kind of hard to see differences in playstyle sometimes, with the most unique killers being John Doe and 1X, I'd say. In Die of Death, the killers are all, as I've been saying, very unique. The base killer is Pursuer, which is the basic bread and butter, just chase and keep chasing, killer. Which is good for being the starter, no really special gimmicks, super easy to grasp, just chase people down and whack them down. You do have some abilities like Howl, which heavily slows survivors, Stalk, which turns you invisible and really fast so you can sneak up on survivors, but other than that, pretty basic. You have Badware, which places computers that give buffs in some way, I don't really know, but you do have to worry about civilians destroying them. If they don't though, you will snowball through the lobby. Artful focuses on resource management, being able to place down tons of stuff, store tons of stuff, repurpose it when stored, and there's tons of creativity to be had with what you can do. Harken is based off noise. Your abilities and survivor abilities make noise, and the more noise made, the closer Harken gets to a rage mode where they get some type of buffs. Again, I don't really know how this rage mode works. It makes civilians more cautious though about just spamming their abilities around the killer, because a rage mode could just make it worse to stun the killer or use an ability. And lastly, my favorite killer in this game, Killdroid. Killdroid is my favorite, and honestly the reason I wanted to try this game, because he is really unique. The main unique thing being that your M1 isn't just a basic slash or punch. You get to shoot a rocket projectile very often. Killdroid is the ranged slash zoner killer where you can shoot rockets, place down these kill blocks that will explode if a survivor stays near it too long, trapping areas, and you can even fly. Flying is such a cool thing in a game like this, and usually vertical mobility is pretty OP in an asymmetrical game, as we've seen with Veronica in Forsaken, but it's done pretty nicely here, as when you land, there's some end lag to be punished by things like revolvers or punches. Which rolls us into the next segment, the survivors. You don't pick your own survivors in this game, you are given 3 decks to pick from at the start, all with their own unique sets of abilities. I won't go over all of them, but some cool ones I found are a Hot Dog, which heals you at the cost of lowering your stamina, the Banana Peel, which puts down a banana not only the killer can slip on, but also you. And additionally, against Artful in the Last Man Standing, your banana ability just becomes super buffed, which is really cool. There are some cool last man standing situations where killers or survivors get buffed against certain killers, and it's really cool. Cool, just like the special game modes. Another super fun reason I wanted to try Die of Death. My favorite special game mode is One Bounce, where it's just the entire server against one super buff survivor. There's also ones like Die Nation, where everyone is a killer and it's just a free-for-all with everyone against each other. Double Trouble with 2 killers, but they're both kind of debuffed. Gunslinger, where every survivor gets a gun and punch to try and kill the killer. And so much more. It's really fun to get that little mix-up every few rounds. I also kind of like that there isn't objectives in this game. In Forsaken, you have to balance both using your abilities to defend the team and doing generators. But in Die of Death, you don't have to worry about generators, really. It makes the server a ton more cooperative with each other, as the only things for civilians to do is help each other survive, and it makes the game feel way more fun and connected. Now, when survivors and civilians do help each other that much, you would expect it to make the killer experience miserable just like Forsaken, And it still can be if it's good players with good teamwork, but the killers in this game are more powerful, along with map design being better in my opinion. The map design in Die of Death can feel a lot more cramped, and it was one of the first things I noticed when playing the game. I went down corridors that I thought would be good looping spots, only to realize I was trapped. There's also tons of things that killers can do to actually zone and make use of this mapping to help trap people. Killdroid has killbots to help trap people. Artful has walls and music boxes. Badware can place computers in corners to trap people who are trying to destroy the computer. Probably. I don't actually know Badware's playstyle that well yet with computer placement, but that's probably a viable strategy. And it feels like the map design and killer design make playing killer feel much better compared to Forsaken, where you have to try so hard to win as killer in a good lobby. Like, even on my first hour, I was able to get some killer wins. In Forsaken, picking that up takes a while. To be fair, I was on Pursuer, and I do have Forsaken killer experience, so it wasn't exactly a first time trial, as Pursuer plays pretty similar to someone like Slasher, but still it felt like I didn't have to absolutely sweat against even people with low playtime due to how powerful survivors are in Forsaken. So in summary, what do I think of Die of Death? I definitely will continue playing it to discover even more about the game, especially the killers. I like the special game modes, things that change in special last man standings, how unique the killers are, and how the maps are designed, and how powerful the killers are. And lastly, that there isn't objectives and side quests to be done as survivors, as it makes everyone cooperate a lot more. But what do you guys think of Die of Death, if you have tried it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, have a good day.